is focusing on tablets, and you also have a file for menu because menu is different, and HTTP link because sometimes you have to make requests. That's it. This app is quite huge, and they are using full files. And when I see this kind of code where you struggling to fix the simplest issue, and you have like bunch of commands everywhere that doesn't make sense, and then you're just like, phew, I wish it would be simpler. And so how to make it simpler? If you look at Titanium and what they've done in the past years, and you're just looking at Alloy, and then what is Alloy? Alloy is a framework, and what the framework does mainly is inverting control. Means inversion of control is the framework takes the control of the management of your app, and it will enable you to create components, modules, or just pieces of code you want to run inside the environment of the framework, and then you want the framework to do all the job for you, because then it's simpler. And so when you talk about inversion of control, usually what comes to your mind is component-driven development, which is not something that's really new, but is quite famous now and becoming one of the most used pattern to start development, being web or mobile development. So I found this question on Stack Overflow. This guy is asking, okay, what is it? What is it used for, and how appropriate is it to use it? So what is components-driven development? Simply split every feature of your app, everything you have, and you want to make it look like blocks. These are just a component, it's just a box, and you can give the box data or instructions, and you want the box to give you back data or other instructions or events. So that's the basic functions, or that's the component block. And an app is a bunch of blocks. Why not Lego block? You know, Lego block. You want to build something. You want to build a new castle. You take a bunch of blocks and then you just put it together. And then here you're building your castle. And you can play with these blocks and build apps. I mean, first time I thought about it, that sounds fun. And then I was browsing the web, and I found that a lot of people are actually using components. And they made it really clear, you know. So this is the design guidelines of Salesforce app. And they're saying that, okay, this is a component, this is also another component, this is another component, and put together, the component will make our app. So yeah, you've got the basic primary button, secondary button. So this can be different components in terms of features, or this could just be the same features with different styling. If you look at another one I like a lot is Lonely Planet, and they created Rizzo, and Rizzo is a JavaScript library to request components. And so the feature of this library is I want this component, this styling with this data, and it will just return the code that you have to include in your web page, because this is web targeted, and you just have to make the call. Then the library is managing by itself, like which components, what design, what data. So at the Smith, we thought that it would be nice trying to do kind of the same thing, having these different repositories, and each repositories would be a component. So what is a component? With Alloy, you've got libraries, you've got modules, and you don't really know what the difference is between a module and maybe a widget or a controller. So we'll say that modules are written in native language, and they are bridging missing features in Titanium SDK, and a widget is a bunch of files. Controller view and styling. So where we want something that is just basically a common JS module, we'll say it's a widget. So we think that it's possible to have an app which is built on just by using widgets and libraries and some modules as well. Sometimes you need it, and then we would like to create apps and then we just drop widgets in, and then we can tie it together using libraries and just a bit of code, customized code for the specific app. Yeah. So I have solved the question. Well, what's the problem? You don't want to have too much code, and you want it to be really easy. And when to use it? Then, if you have more than one app, because I believe if you only have one app, then maybe you're just gonna waste too much time thinking about how can I plug these components with another one, and how can I make it flexible and maintainable and easy. No, like just you will save time just doing your own app if you just have one. But if you have to manage multiple apps and you want to build more than one, or you just want to participate in the open source and give your modules or your components or widgets for free to other people to use it, then think about it. You can have a chat widget that is just making it easy to create a chat, and then you can use it in any of your app. All you have to do is create a new TSS file, and the TSS will choose the color or the aspects of your chat messages. Or if you have a menu and you want the menu to be always the same, but just changing the colors and the icons, then make it a widget. Then you can just, it's almost like drag and drop. You're just copy pasting the module, and then you just have to make the style for it. And I think this is really nice, because then if you're looking for where the problem comes from, you will have problem. We all have problems every day. Then you can easily target the problem coming from this widget, and then you can go into this widget and fix the problem. And trust me, this is obvious to me, but some people just don't get it. And when you have to debug an app that is like just a bunch of files of 2,000 lines, and you don't know where the problem comes from, you don't know how to fix the problem. And if you track the events, what's happening in the app, you're just lost in 5 minutes, and you're like, shit, I wish it would be simpler. Then think about components. So yeah, my goal was to present the use of components, and we are doing it in two ways. With Matthias is going to show you how we actually did it.